Hi, I'm Angie. I want to welcome you to National Indoor RV Centers, where we specialize in the sales, storage, service, and detailing of only high-end new and used coaches. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm really excited to tell you all about the Newmar 2020 Kountry Star. So this may be a new name to some of you. Actually, this is a name that Newmar has used before, but what they did is they took the Kountry Star, it's replacing the Ventana LE. The Ventana LE and Ventana were both due for lifestyle changes this year, so they took this opportunity to kind of eliminate the confusion that there's been between the Ventana LE and the Ventana and create the Kountry Star, bring back an old name from the past and kind of redefine this brand and give it its own identity. So this is Newmar's now most affordable diesel coach. Another reason I'm excited to show this product is that there's another new first. It's Freightliner's Drive Check technology. So up at the steering column, all the controls have been taken from the side, your left-hand side, they're all in the steering column. So I'll go over those as we go through the interior of the coach. So here at the front cap, let's just talk about that we've got new front cap and end cap. Then we have the Masterpiece fully painted coach with the protective clear coat film across the front of the coach to protect our beautiful paint job. We also have the automotive installed windshield, so that's going to give you that beautiful view as you're going down the road. And I just like the way they install it, just like you see on your automobile. Then we've got our side view cameras, so you're going to have these on both sides of the coach. When you turn on your blinkers, left or right, you're going to see down the full length of your coach. We've got our convex exterior mirrors. Those are painted to match the rest of the coach. Those are internally controlled, remote controlled, and they've got defrost on them as well. Now, right here, we've got our little bracket that's for our flagpole holder. So you can just put that right in there, and then you can fly our beautiful American flag, or your favorite college team, or a National Indoor RV's flag. So the entry step for the 2020 Kountry Star is lower to the ground, so that's going to be nice as we go to enter our coach. We're going to be able to grab onto that nice handlebar there, and we don't have to step up quite as high. So that's great. Another thing I want to talk about is we're going to go over the 3709. That's the floor plan of this coach. So little secret here, a lot of you know this, but we have some new friends out there hopefully that don't. So 37 is the length of the coach. 09 is the floor plan. So for 2020, we have 7 of the Ventana LE floor plans we still have offered this year, and then we have a new floor plan. So we have 8 floor plans total offered for the Kountry Star. Now as I go back here, we've got the Michelin tires. That's huge. They're the best tires out there. And these are 275 tires. Now one thing I want to talk to you about is tire safety. So I want you to go and watch my Retroband video. This is a potential life-saving device. It's basically a spare within your tire. I'll give you the link at the end of the video and you can see more about that product. So we have our 100-gallon fuel tank here. Then we've got that steel plate that protects the fuel line in case we were to ever have a front end blowout. The Kountry Star comes standard with the Carefree awning. Now what would you want more than a little shade on this hot Texas day? Nothing, I can promise you. So the control for the awning is just in the cabinet above the driver's seat. You've got the on and off button and extend and retract. Now a little trick that I found out, you can actually adjust the pitch of your awning. So say it's a really rainy day and you don't want that rain coming off right at the door, near your door, you can adjust the pitch so you can direct that rain over to the far corner of your awning and keep all that rain and muddy mess away from that. So let me show you how easy it is to do. All you have to do is just stand up here. You're gonna push the button in here and pull down. So super easy. So now you can see I've adjusted that pitch so all the rainwater is going to go to the far corner of the awning instead of right here at my doorstep. We also have the power entry door awning, super nice, especially on those rainy days. And we have the LED lights. Now they come standard in the awning for the 2020 Kountry Star. So now that I've got my awning extended, I'm ready to have a party, and I need a little TV for my tailgate here. So we've gone to all Samsung TVs, and this is our 43-inch Samsung LED TV. We also have a USB outlet here and a 110 receptacle inside of our entertainment center, and the Bose soundbar as well. Another great feature that Newmar's given us is we can actually angle this TV out. So say we've got a little glare, we want to get it away, or we've got all of our guests over on this side of the coach, we can move that to wherever the view is best, the picture is best, or where our guests are. Now I'm really excited to show you the amount of storage you get on the Kountry Star. They've given us 2 extra inches on our baggage doors. So I brought my handy dandy tape measure here today, and from seal to seal, there's 30 inches. And then if I go from ceiling, I get about another 2, so about 32 inches inside. So that's tons of space. And you'll see that as I open the pass-through area here, and another pass-through here. Just take a look at how much space we have. You're gonna be able to get bicycles in there, a kayak if you want, paddle boards. And we've got 18 inches from the chassis rail to the bottom of the baggage compartment. And remember, these are all insulated baggage compartments, so that's gonna really help with the noise and keeping your coach heated and cooled. The baggage compartments are lit, so we can just turn those on and off. We've got our central vac, so we can hook that up right here down in our storage bay, so we can vacuum this out, make it nice and clean. And then this is also the central vac for inside the coach as well. And over on the wall over here, we have another 110 receptacle. We have our external light. We also have our tinted, frameless, dual pane windows throughout this coach. Midship here, we have our marker light. Here we have our pegboard compartment. So our freshwater tank is going to be behind that. So they give us a nice area here where we can hang tools, put in extra supplies that we have. Just really nice that they give us that space to use. More storage here. Again, we've got a light in that compartment. And then we've got our chassis batteries here. Our 2 chassis batteries and our chassis battery disconnect here. So if you're gonna go ahead and put your coach in storage and you're not gonna be plugged into 50 amp service, then you're gonna wanna make sure you turn that off so that you don't have any parasitic draw on your chassis batteries. The Kountry Star sits on the Freightliner 360 XCR chassis with the 3000 Allison transmission. So that means you can tow 10,000 pounds. What does that really mean to you? That means that you're not gonna have a problem towing your Jeep or your truck. This is gonna be able to handle it. We also have our 7-way lights here for your tow vehicle, your hitch, and then we can just simply pull this little lever here, and that just pops up. So back in the compartment here, we have our dipstick for our engine oil. For our transmission, this is the power steering fluid where we would fill it and check that there. We've got our rear radiator. Then above this flap here, we can check our coolant level and fill it. We've got our engine oil fill here. Here is the diagnostic port for Cummins. The vent up here is for the fresh air for your engine. So it's gonna go in here. It's gonna come over here to your air cleaner, which will filter it before it goes into your engine. And then this is your air minder, which it will let you know when it gets to the red that it needs to be serviced. Now another thing about the Freightliner chassis, it comes standard with the V-Ride suspension. So that's gonna give you a nicer ride, and it's gonna eliminate that wobbly, weebly feel when you're going down the road or when you make turns. We have our rear view camera. This gives you a color picture from inside the coach, and you can also audio. So the person back here can be talking to you. You can hear that up at the dash. And then we've got our ladder, so if you need a service, check out anything up on your roof, it's easy to get to. Here we have our gas and electric 10-gallon water heater. So I'm just gonna pull this screen off to show you what's behind here, since we don't normally show that. So up here at the top, we have our pop-off valve. Now it looks like a hose would go into that valve. You would never attach one, but if your boiler gets too hot, then it's gonna drip out of that valve there. Then we have our 110 electric element here, and then this is our gas valve here. And here we have our thermal reset buttons. If your unit gets too hot, either through the electric element or the gas element, you would reset those right here. You're not gonna get any kind of warning, but just know that if that breaker gets tripped, that's where you'll come out to reset them. And then down here at the bottom, we have our drain. So if you're going to winterize your coach, if you store at National Indoor RV Centers, you don't need to worry about that. But if you are gonna do that, you would take out that plug here and drain the water heater. And right inside here is an anode rod, and that needs to be serviced yearly. Both sides of the coach have a rain gutter, so it's gonna come and allow that water from your AC or for rain to drip off the side of your coach. And you can see it's not really running down the side of the coach, it's just dripping there. We have another nice storage compartment here, the light. Here we have our 50 amp shore power cord, another lighted compartment here, our power transfer switch. We have a 110 outlet here. This is where we would plug in your engine block heater. So if you're way too far north, go a little bit further south, or if you need to warm that up, just come in, plug it in here, and you can turn that on inside. And then just behind the 50 amp cord, we have our cable connection for connecting to the camp's cable. And we've got the rubber seal here so that once we plug in our coach, we can still seal off this compartment so we don't have to worry about any insects, bugs, critters getting into our baggage compartment here. Here we have our DEF tank, and we have a little gauge there so we can see how full or empty it is. Now remember that DEF is our diesel exhaust fluid, and it does have a shelf life. It's typically only good for a year. So if you know you're going to be going to a campground and staying for a while, you may not want to fill that up all the way because it's just going to sit and age. So just kind of monitor that and think about that. And then we have a spot here for our stinky slinky or sewer hose. Here we have our wet bay. So we've got our water filter for the whole coach here. We've got our city water and tank fill connection. This is where we hook up our hose here, and then we can thread that through here, again, keeping all of our furry friends and critters out of our coach. We've got our sewage rinse, so that's gonna help push some of that, whatever residue that's left in the sewage tank through. We've got our freshwater tank fill, so we can turn that on when we want to fill our tank. And our water pump, so we can turn that on from out here or inside the coach. Then we've got our gravity dump here, so we would connect our stinky slinky or sewer hose here, and then just thread that through. And we've got our gray water holding tank T-bar here, and our sewage water tank here. Our gray tank is 65 gallons, our sewage or black tank is 45 gallons, and our freshwater tank is 105 gallons for the Kountry Star. And we've got our shower out here. Nice, so that if we get all sandy at the beach, or if we've got dirty little furry friends, we can wash them off outside before we go in the coach, and we do have hot and cold on that as well. And we have our hot and cold low point drains. You're gonna need these if you're going to winterize your coach. Again, if you store with National Indoors RV Centers, where you're always stored inside and plugged into 50 amp service, you don't need to worry about that, but if you do, here are your instructions. We've got our two storage compartments. They're the pass-through, so they're just nice and deep. You can get a lot of big items in there if you need to. And here we have our house batteries and our LP tank. So we've got 6 house batteries here. We opted for the upgrade that added 2 extra batteries because we went with the residential refrigerator. And then we've got our 32 gallon LP tank. So our batteries are on a pull-out tray, so you just pull those little stoppers there and then you can pull that out. These are wet cell batteries, so you want to check them periodically and make sure that they have water in them, and you want to refill or fill appropriately with only distilled water. We have our fuel fill for the driver's side of the coach, and then we move over to our last storage door on this side of the coach. We've got fuses here for the front end of the coach, and you can see they're all nicely labeled, and then we've got our extra fuses right here. I love how Newmar does that. It's just a great feature. And then we've got our T-bar, which we will pull to release the front cap. Here we have our air horns and our windshield wiper fluid. We have our quick connect here. So we can get 130 PSI from this. We can actually fill up our tires if our diesel engine is running. And this is our emergency air fill here, so that we'd use this in case you were being towed, to keep your airbags full in case of emergency. We've got our light here. This is our 8,000 watt Awning generator. This is our oil fill here and our coolant fill. And down below here, this is the breaker. So if you were to pop a breaker while you're going down the road, this is where you would reset it. This also tracks the hours on the generator. Then we have our dash AC. We have our pump and reservoir for our hydraulic leveling jacks. So now that you've seen everything the outside has to offer, let's go inside my favorite part and I'll show you the rest of this beautiful coach. So as I walk into the coach, a couple things I want to point out. First of all, I love that Newmar gives us these nice strong grab bars. So those are great when you're coming in or leaving. A lot of people need that little extra support. Then here to the side you have your battery disconnect. So I can hit that on as I come into my coach or hit it off as I leave. Also I have our fire extinguisher right here. Hopefully we never need that, but it's nice and handy if you do. As I step into the coach, we've got nice storage compartments here above the passenger seat. Another big compartment here. And then this is sort of the power control center for the coach. So up here at the top, we've got our Wi-Fi Ranger. That is going to allow us to add a line to our phones. We can have a hotspot for our coach, just like you would have in your home. Then we've got our Traveler satellite, so that means that you'll have HD satellite at the site. Here we have our LP water heater. You can turn that on here. We have our passenger security light, so that's midship up top on the coach, and I'll point that out to you. Our 110 electric water heater, we can turn it on here, and our exterior step, so once you're at the campground, you're settled, you want to keep that step out so that it's not constantly going in and out every time you open your door. So you're going to want to go ahead and hit that. So here is our slide out control in and out for our door side, off door side, and our door side. They give you a warning here. This is one of those things I don't want you to find out the hard way, because we've all done it or started to do it. You want to make sure your driver and passenger seats are pulled up enough when you start to bring those slide rooms in and out that they don't catch the side of your driver's chair and really do some damage. So they give you that little warning. Make sure you read that. Then we've got our Xantrex. This is we have a 2000 pure sine inverter in the Kountry Star, and this is going to let us know that we're in bypass mode right now because we are plugged into 50 amp service. And it also lets us know that our battery is fully charged there. We have our awning. This is for our door awning in and out. And then these are our awning lights for our Carefree awning. Turn them on and off here. And then we want to turn if we want to extend our Carefree awning, we're going to turn that on and then hit the extend button. Now this is new for 2020, so this will give us our tank readings. So we can go to our fresh tank, fresh, gray, black, and our LP tank. It will give us those readings. It's also going to let us know where our batteries are. So our house batteries are at 13.3 and our chassis are at 12.9. We can also turn our water pump on from there. Our AC system here, so you want to make sure that you have it powered on. So red has to be on, and then you can go ahead and set your temperature for your living room or your bedroom. And then you can go to, you can program it there as well. And then we've got our auto gen start. So this is really nice. This is where you can set this up. So right now we have quiet time set, and we can just go to setup mode, and you can see that quiet time for your gen is from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. Also, once our house batteries go below 11.5, it's going to run for 1 hour. Same with our chassis batteries. And we can set that all up right there. Finally, I'm to my favorite part of the video. So I love to show the interior of this coach. So this is the Linux interior. Now, I don't want you to think that everything that you see in this coach comes standard, because we have optioned in some things, the ottomans, for example, and we've made a few specials in this coach. So if you want to see what you can do, or if you want to discuss what was done in this coach, give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers. Ask for one of our lifestyle specialists, or I would be happy to help you myself. Now again, this is the Linux interior, and we also optioned in for the laminate plank floor. I love this because it looks like a wood floor, feels nice. It's not slick, so it's going to be great for little kids and pets, and it hides a lot of dirt. Maybe that's what I like the most about it. Also, I want you to note the beautiful ceilings in the Country Star. Newmar's added their little Newmar swoosh to the ceiling, so I like that, and they just look beautiful. Again, no vents because we've got the LED lighting. All of our AC and our heat pumps come right through here, so our AC return and our AC flow comes through the AC units in the middle of the coach. This is a great feature because as we bring our slides in, we're still going to have full AC access to our AC. It's not going to be overflowing coming from underneath the slides. So I want to show you how you would change your air filters on your AC vents. They're all below this panel, and so you usually need a partner on each end. So they're pretty easy to take down. Just grab the side and you're just going to pull down, kind of just pops down, and then it's got these security tabs here so that it doesn't fall down all the way. Then all you have to do is reach up into the center, pop that out, take the air filter off, and then wash it off, put it back on, and it just pops right back into place. If you get it in the center, it does. So that easy to change your filters on your AC, and then this will just pop right back into place too. Again, like I said, you need to have someone that's helping you on the other end, but it's really easy to do once you have a partner. Now I've turned the captain and co-captain's chairs around so you can see that we can get a lot of people in this coach, 37-foot coach. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 people at the booth. So really it seats a lot of people and you can entertain quite a few guests in here. Now I love this sofa. We've optioned in the fold and tumble sofa here. I'll show you how that works shortly here. And the ottomans. So I love the ottomans because you can move those so that they're great for wherever you're sitting. They also have storage in them. And then if you want to kind of use them as like a TV tray, you can flip them over. If you want to play cards, you've got a hard surface there to work with. So I think that's nice. They give you a couple options with that. And then when you're going down the road, you can put them up on the sofa. You can tuck them in between the booth underneath the table so that they're out of your way. Now, a feature that I love is our fireplace, and we have a little remote control here. So I can just hit the on button. Voila, there's the fire. And I can set the temperature. I can put a timer on it. I can also adjust the flame. So its brightness, and I can set the heat. So I love that. Fireplace is a great way to take the chill off your coach. So I wanted to point out that we have the MCD day and night shades. So those are manual, easy. Just put those up. And our day shade is behind there. Our night shade. 110 outlet here. Beautiful lighting, LED lighting throughout, storage above. Really nice deep storage right here in the living room. And then as we move over here, we've got our televator button. So we just hit that. We're sitting directly across from our TV, which is great. And I just hit that up. And then check out that really huge 50-inch Samsung TV. So glamping for sure, right? Another thing that I like about this floor plan is we've got the window in the kitchen. So even when I've got the TV on, I can still be sitting here and see outside my coach, which I think is important. I also like our multiplex lighting controls. So they're just push button, super easy. And then I can take them to high brightness or low. I like to kind of set the mood. Sometimes I don't like it super bright, so you can just kind of soften those lights. Then we've got the 2 USB outlets and the 110 receptacle. So now I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your bed for your guests. Just push that little lever there. Plug your pump into the wall. And air up your bed. There you go, and you've got sleeping for 2 adults. So here I wanted to go over some of the great storage that they've given us. Look at all that storage on both sides of your fireplace. Also note the beautiful solid surface countertops. More storage. Our Bose soundbar. And then this is kind of our AV box, or AV room. So we've got our Blu-ray DVD player, and then we've got our hookups here where you'd hook on your satellite. If you're gonna go with a direct TV, this is where you'd put your box. And more storage. So I love the booth dinette. I like that you've got storage underneath both of the benches. Look at that, lots of nice, wide, deep storage. I really like the booth because it's very comfortable. It gives you a lot of room between the cushion here and the table, and there are no legs underneath the table here. So I can easily get 2 adults here, so it will comfortably seat 4 people. And then with the leaf extensions and the 2 extra chairs, we can really get 6 people at this table, so I'll show you that. But the other thing I want to show you about the booth that I like is that it's really kind of another chase lounge. So you can sit here and I can watch someone preparing dinner for me. Now, wouldn't that be nice? But it's very comfortable. So I could watch TV from here, have a conversation. So it really is another seating area for your living room as well. So you can see that we can comfortably get 6 people at this table. So it's time for cards, Thanksgiving dinner, whatever you want. Now, one of the things that I really like that Newmar does is they give us a support leg on the table. Since we put in these 2 leaves, it would be very unstable without that. And that just folds up underneath the table and pushes right in, so it's not something else that you have to store. A lot of times I have customers that are concerned they're not going to have enough outlets. I promise you in this coach, you are not going to be without an outlet. There's 2 behind each passenger and driver seat. Then we've got the one on each side of the sofa and on each side of the dinette. And then I'll point them out in the kitchen in just a minute. To now the all-important kitchen where all the magic happens, right? So Newmar has given us this beautiful stainless steel stovetop. Look how nice that looks. And then the solid surface cover just folds back, so nice and easy. And I just think that's beautiful, looks very residential. And check out all the storage that we have. Nice, deep. And something I haven't mentioned, soft close doors on all your drawers. How about that for the Kountry Star? Again, great feature in this affordable entry-level coach. So really a ton of storage here. And I'm not gonna get over those closing those drawers. That just makes me happy. It's the small things, right? Then we have our Whirlpool microwave convection oven. Little spice area, or baking goods could go up here. We've got our fantastic fan here for the kitchen, which is nice. We've got this beautiful wood cover on it. More storage here, and this is where your microwave will plug in. So you've got your 110 outlet back in the back of that compartment. And then look at all this space above your sink. You can get big pots and pans, your Instapot, your coffee maker back here. More storage. Then make sure you notice the beautiful backsplash that we specialed into this coach, the beautiful solid surface countertop, and the stainless steel residential appliances, and the stainless steel undermount sink. We've got a double sink here with a divider. Little flip drawer there for your sponges, scrubbers, and then nice big storage underneath the sink. You could put a trash can in there, or big pots and pans again. Nicely equipped and appointed kitchen. Our 110 outlets underneath the cabinets for the kitchen. So plenty for your coffee maker, toaster, whatever. Got our thermistor. This is what communicates with the thermostat to regulate the temperature inside the coach. Then we've got our fantastic fan control here. So we can put it on manual or auto, and it set the temperature that you want it to open and close, and it also has a rain sensor on it. And then we've got our light switch for the kitchen, overhead, the back light for the actual panel here, and we can turn on our water pump right here by the kitchen sink. So here we have our residential refrigerator. We upgraded. This is one of the options we added to this coach. So we added the residential refrigerator plus the 2 extra batteries. So you can see how nice and big this refrigerator is. Got the drawer for our veggies and fruits, deli meats. So definitely as nice as my refrigerator freezer at home. And we've got an ice maker in this. Then right here at the bottom, when you're getting ready to leave, ready to go on a trip, you want to just move this little lever here, and that's going to lock your refrigerator and your freezer so those don't come open when you're driving. Now, when you get into your coach, say you've had it in storage, you want to load the refrigerator, you want to get it cold, so you want to come in and turn it on. To turn it on, you're going to hit your freezer temp and your fridge temp at the same time. That's going to turn that on, and then these little buttons, you can set how cool you want your refrigerator, and same on the freezer side here. You can also reset your air filter and your water filter, and then if you want to get fast cold, you want to get that going because you're ready to get on your trip, you can hit that, and then this is your light for your water receptacle here. You may not want that on all the time. So this is a really nice feature. Here is our half bath. Now we've got the pivot door. This is really nice, so when our slides are in, we can easily get into the bathroom when we're going down the, as someone else is driving, you can walk through and get into the bathroom. Then we've got our medicine cabinet, which gives us lots of storage. Our vessel sink, that gives us some extra counter space. That's why Newmar does that. Look at the cute backsplash they've added this year. We also have the fantastic fan vent here for the bathroom, and the control panel is here. We have our ceiling light, vanity light, and we also have, we can turn on the water pump here, and we have our 2 110 outlets. We've got storage below, and right here at the bottom, we've got our little dustpan there that works in conjunction with our central vac. So we could just sweep everything in here into the half bathroom and hit that, and it will suck it all away. So you've got to love that. Lots of storage in this bathroom. Our toilet, and then we've got our breaker box, and our fuses, and they're all nicely labeled right here with extra fuses up there as well. Gotta love that. So before we head into the master bedroom, I just want to point out that we've got courtesy lights here, and they're around the bed so that you can actually turn them on while you're laying in bed, so you can easily get to the bathroom or around the coach at night without turning on the lights. And then we've got our central vac here, so we can just hook that out. You've got a hose that will go all the way to the front of the coach and to the back of the coach, so they kind of put that midship for you. And now let's head into the master bedroom. So we have nice wood panel, raised panel doors here for privacy that lock into place. So as we move into the master bedroom, I want you to notice the beautiful big king size bed in this 3709 floor plan. Also, something that Newmar's really tried to do is give us a little extra space on each side of the bed. So I can easily get my hand in there to make the bed on both sides of the bed. I really like that. We also have the nightstand on each side. Another great feature that Newmar has added this year is that, well, we've got this storage compartment here, but if you look here in the back, we've got a 110 outlet, and then we've got openings at each end of the bed. So for those of you that have CPAP machines, you can put those up here, and you can have them come down through here, or you can put them on your nightstand, but they give you a couple options, which is great because I know more and more people need those. Now, underneath the cabinet here, there's quite a few controls. So you've got control for your reading light on each side, for your accent lights, and then for your courtesy lights, this is where that button is that I was telling you about, and your high and low, so you can kind of soften the light in the bedroom, which is nice. And you also have the light switch for your security light, which is outside midship on the coach. So if you hear something outside, go ahead and flip that light on, which is nice. And then you can turn off the panel here too, so that that's not going to interfere with you sleeping at night. And then we've got storage underneath the bed. So that easily lifts up. And you can see this is where I've stored our extra dinette chairs and our leaves for our dinette, for our table. Also, while this is up, you can see you've got a nice little storage underneath your nightstand and your 110 outlet and USB outlet. And on this side of the bed, you've got your 110 outlet, two 110 receptacles on this side of the bed. Now I want to show you all the storage you have across from the master bed. So you've got this nice big wardrobe here. Lots of hanging space, and that's lit as well. You can turn that on and off. Then we've got kind of our AV box for the bedroom here and our Blu-ray DVD player below. Soft close drawers. 5 nice big drawers here. Solid surface countertop. Then we've got our 32-inch Samsung LED TV and another nice big wardrobe here. With a 110 outlet up at the top. Now over here to the side, we've got our control for our bedroom slide out. So this is a full wall slide, and then we have the 2 slides on the passenger side of the coach. So this is where we're bringing that bedroom slide. We've got our lights for our ceiling, our kitchen and living room, our dresser area, our accent lights, and then our high low button here. And here's our thermistor for the master bedroom. Here we have another raised panel pocket door for privacy as we go into the master bathroom. As we go inside, we're going to have our 3rd fantastic fan for this coach, which is great, and our control, along with all of our light switches control, ceiling vanity, water pump again right here, our backlight, and our high and low. And then we've got the push button for our Dometic toilet is right here on the wall. We also have a towel bar, something I love. Love to have a place to hang my towels, and they've given us an extra hook over here too, so you can never have enough spots to hang towels. Hate to have those on the floor. Place for our toilet paper there, and then here, this year, Newmar has gone to the Splendid washer and dryer, so they match and fit in there very nicely. We also have a window here in our bathroom and an extra cabinet for storage. Probably that's where you're going to keep your toilet paper. At least that's what I do. And then we have this beautiful vanity. So lots of counter space. That's one of the things that I love, because you always need counter space for your makeup and your hair, you know, curling irons, blow dryers, all that good stuff. And then we've got a undermount stainless steel sink, which is really nice, beautiful backsplash. And check out that medicine cabinet. Look at all that space. So I know that I would use every bit of that space. Gotta love that. Then we've got more storage underneath the sink and drawers. And again, those are gonna be soft close. And we've got another wardrobe here in the bathroom where you can hang items. So that's just super nice. And one more drawer here as well. Now I'm gonna go into the shower. This is a glass enclosure here. And you've got the little magnetic strip, so that gives you a really nice feel, so you're not going to have water leaking out of your shower. I'm going to go ahead and step in just so you can see how big it is in here. I'm about 5'6", and I've got heels on, lots of space, and I can just barely touch the skylight here at the top. So got tall family members, they're going to be fine. Lots of elbow room in here. And then I always like that we've got the shower head that you can have stationary up there, or you can use like a wand, which is really nice. I wanted to show you the 3709 with the slides in, so you can see that you can still get to your back bedroom. You can get in your refrigerator. You can also get in your bathroom because you've got that pivot door on there. So very easy to get in and out of. Someone could be sitting in the booth, at the sofa. You could be working here in the kitchen or at the stove. Nice big walkway to the driver's seats. Here in the passenger's chair, it's very comfy. It's made by Flex Steel, and we've got the finger controls here to adjust the armrest. We have 6-way power, so forward, backwards, up and down. And then we've got our manual footrest here on the right side of the chair, so we can get nice and comfy. Now we want to make sure we're not going to fall into the stairwell, so we want to use our step cover and just extend that. Also have our map light, so I've got a nice little light here if I want to read or look at my map going down the road. And then we've got our patio light, which is going to give us our little light in the stairwell so that we can see where we're going, and also the light on our porch. And then we've got our workstation, so we just pull that forward, lift it up, flip it over. We've got a nice place for our drink and a great place for our little laptop or iPad, magazines as we're going down the road. So right behind the passenger's chair, we have the two 110 outlets, and then we have the RV LP gas detector. Here we have our over-the-air antenna, and we have our multiplex lighting. So we have our ceiling, bathroom, bedroom, accent, and high-low. So Freightliner is lucky enough to be associated with Daimler, which is Mercedes. So they've got the benefit of getting all that research and development from Daimler. So for example, your OptiView screen is straight out of the Mercedes S-Class. Freightliner has a long-term strategy to bring more and more of the automotive features into the RV chassis. The foundation they had to lay first was to bring all the controls to the steering column. So not only does that improve the customer experience because everything is kind of at your fingertips, but it's also more safe. So NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Association, says that 80% of wrecks are caused by driver distraction. So having all of those control at your fingertips is going to help diminish that possibility of an accident. So there's really 4 main areas of the steering column that I want to feature. So 1, 2, and then our paddles left and right. I'm going to go ahead and start with the right one here because that's going to start basically the driving experience, what you would do once you started the coach and then put it into drive. So, and release the park brake. So I'm going to release the park brake, and then Right here is your gear shift. So that used to be over on your left-hand side. Now it's right here on this paddle. And you're just gonna merely put it up into drive. And you can see that it corresponds here on the dash. So drive, neutral, reverse. And it's really easy to move. First of all, you can see it on your paddle in the front, but you can move that from the front of the paddle or the back of the paddle. So that's going to become very much second nature as you get used to driving this. Then you can also manually shift this. You're going to push the paddle away from you to put it in manual mode, and then you pull it forward to shift gears. So you can see that it's changing all the way until I get to 5th gear, and then it will go back to auto. Now at any point in time when I'm in manual mode, if I want to take it back to auto real easy, I'm just going to push it in and it will go right back to auto. Now another feature is you've got your engine brake right here on the paddle as well. So all you have to do is push down. In the Country Star, we just have basically an on or off. So the engine brake is off in the up position. When I push it down, it's now in high. This button here is going to take you from performance mode to economy mode. So if I hold it, you'll see that it will go to economy mode and the E will pop up here. So I want to go to economy mode. That will cause the coach to shift 200 RPM sooner throughout all the shifting gears 1 through 5 than it would normally. So I want to use economy mode when I'm in city traffic, and then I want to go to performance mode. I just hold it again, go to performance mode, basically when I'm in a mountain, so that it's not constantly hunting for the right gear. When you're in economy mode, it's going to shift 200 RPM sooner through the whole shifting sequence, gears 1 through 5, than it would if you're in performance mode. Moving on, right here we've got our Bluetooth capability, so we can answer the phone right here once we've connected to Bluetooth, and we can hang up. We can also hit the mute. That's for our radio. We can mute that right there. We've got our cruise control, so when I hit that, we can go into cruise control, we can set it, we can resume, and we can cancel. And then these are our flasher lights. So we're flashing our marker lights. Basically, when someone has given you the signal that you can go ahead and pull back in, once you've passed them, they're giving you the okay that it's safe to now pull back into the lane. You would hit those 3 times to let them know thank you. Then we've got our air horns here. And then we'll move over to this area that's super important. So this is basically like the home screen for our front digital dash. So we can scroll through trip information, and we can just go use our up and down arrow, trip 1, trip 2, gauges, fuel economy, vehicle configuration, diagnostics, and I'm going to go through some of these features right now. So if I want to go into gauges, I'm going to hit the OK button, and then I can scroll through those. I can also pick what I want to show up on my screen. So now that I've got that highlighted, I'm going to hit OK, and then I can change it. Once I see what I want on my screen, I can hit OK to save, and then go back. So again, gauges, and let's go to fuel economy. Okay, that's going to tell me distance to empty, miles per gallon, and then the back button, vehicle configuration. So this is where we're going to set up our Bluetooth. That's where I can pair my device. Dash brightness, so if you want that to be a little brighter, hit OK. You can increase or decrease from here until you've got the right brightness. Then hit OK, go back. Steering effort. Now this is one of those things that we love about Newmar Comfort Drive. We're used to having that little dial that went from 1 to 6 on our dash. Now that's in the steering column here. So I go to steering effort, hit OK, and then I can just hit my down and up arrows. So if I want more help, I'll take it up. If I want less, I'll take it down. So we can do that right there, set it, hit OK and go back. And then our units, standard or metric, we'll just keep that, or I can go back down here and reset everything to default if I want to do that. So now I'm just going to go back, diagnostics. So it's going to give me my fault codes here. Internal diagnostics. And then my transmission information. So right there it's going to tell you my engine speed high, my oil level, my oil filter status is okay, and my oil life is 99%. And then I can turn that menu off if I want. So lots of information right here. And then we can go to our little pages button there, and it will flip through information, and I can customize that as well. And then our plus and minus are for our radio controls. So if I just hit plus, you can turn that up or down. And then again over here, I can mute that really easily too. Finally, on our left-hand panel here, we have our windshield wiper control. So again, that's super easy. And push here if we want to put the windshield wiper fluid on the windshield. And then obviously our turn signals, and when I do that, we're also going to see that in our rear view camera screen here. So that's our rear camera, and then to our left turn signal. And then if we want to just flash our headlights, so if we have someone passing us, or if a semi wants to pass us or come back in, we can just flash him, let him know that it's safe to return to my lane. We would do that, and then this will keep our brights on if we push the paddle away from us. Another cool feature that I forgot to tell you about was this bulb check feature. So you can check the exterior bulbs of all your lights. So you're going to hit cancel and OK at the same time and hold them down. So now with the two arrows blinking, I know that it's cycling through all the exterior lights doing a bulb check. So here to the left of the driver's seat, we've got our equalizer system, which is our hydraulic leveling jacks. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the power there, and I want to just auto level. So I'm going to push that down. So right now it's letting me know that it's operating. So now we're all level, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit the power off. So now we're done camping, we're ready to hit the road. So I want to retract all my jacks. So I'm just gonna, the power button is on. I'm gonna hit all retract and bring my jacks up. So now my jacks have retracted and I'm ready to go. I can just hit the power off and we're ready to hit the road. So Newmar has given us two nice drink holders. I like to have two in case you want a coffee and a water. And then you got your controls for your exterior mirrors, left and right, and your defrost feature. Then you've got your headlights. And here is your dome light, which is just above the driver. So I like to have that. Here we have our battery boost button. So that's going to combine your house and your chassis batteries to give you enough charge. In the case of one of those being dead when you come in. So say you come back to your coach, you don't happen to store with National Indoor RV Centers, darn it, where we always keep you plugged in, and you come back and your chassis batteries are dead. So you want to combine the house and the chassis to see if you can get enough voltage that you can start your generator, run your generator for a little bit, and then start your engine so it can start to charge those batteries back up. If you come back and your house batteries are dead, you can just start your engine and start to charge those batteries back up. Now, if you come to your coach and both your house and your chassis batteries are dead, you're pretty much out of luck. Can't help you, that button's not gonna help you, but you can call CoachNet. And we have a pedal here to the left of the steering column. When you push that down, you're gonna be able to move the steering column forward and backwards, and also telescope and push it back. So I like it as far forward and then as far down as it will go. And there we have it. So here we have our park brake. So we're going to push this to release and pull to engage it. Now, one of the things that's interesting about the park brake, Newmar changed this last year, but it locks out based on the park brake, not the ignition. So now we can have our ignition on, we can be airing up our coach, have more voltage to take those slide rooms in and out and bring in our awnings in and out. But once we release that park brake, we're not going to be able to bring in slides or awnings. Then we've got our rear view camera here. Like I said, that's a nice color picture and also has a mic on it. So I'm going to be able to hear the person that's talking to me as I'm backing up. Then we've got our visor. So this is our front windshield visor for shade. And then this is our shade. So this is our blackout visor. Now, one of the things I really love about this is that Newmar puts their visor and shade, blackout shade, in a track, so that you see that when it comes down, it just goes right where it's supposed to, all one piece, really nicely done, and I like how it has that track that it runs in. Then we have our overhead fans. I'll demonstrate those while we're driving, but those will basically help defrost that big windshield if you need it to, and then you can set those for high, medium, and low. Here we can start our generator. So I have a lot of people ask me, can we run the generator while we're going down the road? Absolutely. In fact, I'll have that on when I'm driving. If you want to keep the house cold, then you're going to need to have your generator on so that you can run your ACs. And then here is where we switch from our air horn to our wussy horn. I always keep the air horn on. Believe it, if I need to use my horn, I want to make sure they're going to hear me. Then we've got our controls for our dash AC and heat. And we've got 2 USB controls here, or inputs here, and our 12 volt. Nice little place for our cell phone, great little drawer, and then a nice deep drawer as well. We have our menu here, our radio, DVD, USB, XM radio if you want to subscribe. So Bluetooth, this is where we can connect. We can answer everything on our steering column like I showed you earlier. Our auxiliary input, and you can see that right there. We can do a USB or like phone jack there. And our iPod, Rand McNally. So we can put our maps up. See right where we are. And then this is our setup, so we can control the different setup menu from this screen. All right, so I'm sure you're as ready as I am to take this Country Star out and see how she handles on the road. So let's go ahead and get ready. I'm going to release my park brake and turn on my left blinker. Now you want to exaggerate all your turns when you're driving a Class A diesel. Your tires are now behind you. Your turning point is the center of that front axle. So you've got great mirrors. You can totally watch your back end and see if you're gonna clip a curb. You can stop and straighten out and adjust if you need to. And then something that they told me a million times when I was first driving is to hug the left side of the lane that you're in. So don't always stay in the left lane, but always hug the left side of that lane. Everything bad happens on the right. Road debris, street signs, you know, cars that are pulled over. So you're just better off to hug the left side of the lane that you're driving in. So it's kind of fun to try out some of these new features that are all featured here on the Drive Tech steering column. Everything is literally at my fingertips. So that's really nice. I think it'd be a good idea to spend some time, quite a bit of time, getting used to that steering column before you go out on the road so that you're not fumbling around. Now the Country Star does come with cruise control. So once I get up to speed on the highway, I'll turn that on. So going along here, I like to feel like the steering wheel is just a little bit stiffer. I want a little bit more help with my comfort drive. So I'm just going to go to my home button and toggle down to my vehicle configuration. hit that, and then go to my steering effect, hit that, and then I'm just going to hit my up button, and I can do all these things by just glancing down, but mainly I can keep my eyes forward, and then I can set that, and I've got a little bit more control. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more help from the comfort drive now. So if I want to put my engine brake on, it's super easy. I just use my right hand paddle here, push it down. You'll see my engine brake is now on. And then as I'm coming up to a stop here, when I take my foot off the gas, I'm going to start stopping without even putting my foot on the brake at all. So just to start demonstrating that here, you can see that I'm slowing down. And that's all without any brake at all, other than the engine brake. I'm going 60 miles per hour. That's where I'm pretty comfortable. So I'm going to go ahead and set my cruise control and set that. And now I can just enjoy the open road here, this beautiful day. So a lot of my customers, sometimes they'll tell me they don't have friends to RV with. Well, I can solve that problem for you. National Indoor RV Centers, we have our AIM Club, which is our all-inclusive motorhome club. So when you buy a coach from us, we pay your first year's dues, and you are part of the club. You can also come and try out one of our rallies without being a member too, but I think you're going to want to join. So basically we do great rallies all over the country. We went to Savannah, Branson, Big Sky, Montana this year, Las Vegas, Nevada, and then we're going to end up our year in Cajun Palms Resort in Louisiana. So we have tons of fun. It's not your typical rally. We bring in private entertainment each night, go to different events, great food, great drinks, and great fun. So if you want to know more about that, I'll give you a link at the end of my video. One of the things that I love about my job with National Indoor RV Centers is that I get to attend all of our rallies. So come and join us. We'll get to hang out together and have a great time, and I promise you won't regret it. So as I'm going down the road, you'll notice how quiet it is in here. I've got the ACs running. I've got the generator on. Obviously, I've got my front dash AC, and my decibel reader is at 78.7. So very quiet. You've got to come and give the Kountry Star a test drive. This is a great entry-level diesel coach, so affordable with so many amenities. You've got comfort drive on this. You've got the Star foundation, strong, true, and robust foundation. It sits on the Freightliner chassis. Great drive. You're going to love making the country your backyard in this coach. I hope you've enjoyed my walkthrough of Newmar's 2020 Kountry Star. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how much this gorgeous coach costs. Well, we're only allowed to share MSRP, which is manufacturer's suggested retail price. So that is $301,847. If you want to find out how much I can sell you this coach for, give me a call at 469-277-1120. Now remember, at National Indoor RV Centers, with our volume and economies of scale, coaches simply cost less. If you've enjoyed this walkthrough, please hit the like and subscribe so that you see all of our future videos. Make sure you also check out these videos. Retro Band, our AIM Club, we hold great rallies. I attend all of them, and I'd love for you to be there, and have a great day.